Hello, I'm Allison. I'm a partner success engineer at Tealium. Today, I'm going to walk us through how to get the most out of Tealium and Google Ads enhanced conversions by setting up the Google Ads conversion tracking and remarketing tag in TIQ management. To configure the tag in TIQ, you will need your Google Ads conversion settings, specifically your conversion tracking ID and conversion label. You'll also need a load rule to identify the conversion event to be tracked. Enhanced conversions only work when at least one of the following customer data mappings are provided: a visitor's email address at the point of conversion, or a visitor's first name, last name, street address, city, region, postal code, and country. All fields must be provided. Let's dive into setting up the tag by going to the Tealium Tag Marketplace and adding the Google Ads conversion tracking and remarketing tag. Before setting a load rule and adding mappings, we need to input our conversion data and enable enhanced conversions. The following Google conversion parameters are expected: conversion tracking ID and conversion label. The conversion tracking ID is a unique tracking ID for your advertiser account. You can find this ID in your Google Ads control panel. The conversion label is an encoded conversion tracking ID and conversion type. Conversion value is a transaction-specific value or the value used for this conversion type. Set a default value here or leave this blank to use a subtotal value from the e-commerce extension. Global object is typically not required for most implementations. This is the name of the global object used for the event queue. If not specified, gtag is used. We recommend working with your Google partner if you have questions on if your implementation would require a different global object definition. Data layer name is the data layer initiated and referenced by the global site tag. By default, this is named data layer. Rename the data layer only if your project requires a separate name. Again, we recommend working with your Google partner if you have questions on if your project requires a different naming convention. When remarketing is enabled, this tag will automatically pull in data from the e-commerce extension to populate the Google Ads retail parameters. Page type, you can select a default page type here and use mappings to dynamically override this value. Cross-tracking domains is a comma-separated list of domains to use with cross-domain tracking. When enabled enhanced conversions is toggled on, this feature is what will allow the improvement in accuracy of your conversion measurement. Set a load rule that matches your conversion event. This could be the page where the conversion occurs or the event that represents the conversion. Example load rules could include purchase, where Tealium event equals purchase, or sign up, where Tealium event equals newsletter sign up. With the e-commerce extension in use, the following mappings are automatic. If you would like to set different values, use mappings to dynamically override the standard configuration values and the e-commerce extension values. If you do not have a conversion label, you must specify the conversion type in the mappings. Along with the conversion label and conversion ID, Google is expecting additional conversion data. Transaction ID is a unique identifier for the event generated by you, the advertiser, used to help minimize duplicate orders and increase match quality. For conversions that will not have a transaction or order ID, typically clients will set the ID to Tealium random, which generates a random number on each event. This reserve variable can also be leveraged in the server-side event stream connector action for transaction ID, to ensure that the client-side conversion matches the conversion sent server-side to the Google Ads API. If you do not have the Tealium random variable added to your data layer within TIQ, you can add it as a new UDO variable. Let's move on to customer data. If using the Google Ads enhanced conversion tag and connector solution, PII is not required to be mapped in the tag. If using a tag-only solution, the following customer parameters are expected: email or full name and full address. You can find the specific mappings under the Categories section under Enhanced Conversions. Something worth noting about the email address is this value cannot be pre-hashed when mapping in the tag. For the connector, however, you can select pre-hashed or unhashed values, and the connector will either hash the value for you or use the pre-hashed value. Load order is important, especially when leveraging the server-side enhanced conversions connector for web or leads. We always want the Tealium collect tag to load last. Be sure to save and test prior to publishing to production, and don't hesitate to reach out to Tealium support if you have any questions.